There is a moment that almost everyone tries to escape. It doesn't happen in a crowded room. It doesn't happen at work. It doesn't happen while your phone is ringing. It happens when everything finally becomes quiet. No notifications. No conversations. No music playing in the background. Just silence, and for reasons most people never question. That silence can feel heavier than noise. Have you ever noticed how quickly we reach for something? Our phone, a video, a song, anything. To avoid sitting in complete silence, it's almost automatic, as if our minds are afraid of what might happen if nothing distracts us. But have you ever asked yourself why? Why does a quiet room sometimes feel uncomfortable? Why do so many people sleep with the television on? Why is being surrounded by others often easier than spending one honest hour alone? Maybe because silence doesn't simply remove sound, it removes escape. And once there is nowhere left to run, there is only one person left to meet, yourself. People often say they fear loneliness, but perhaps loneliness isn't what frightens us. Perhaps we fear becoming familiar with our own thoughts. Because when the world grows quiet, the mind becomes loud. Old memories return. Words we wish we had said. Decisions we wish we had made differently. Dreams we abandoned. Questions we buried years ago. Silence has a strange way of uncovering things we carefully hide beneath busy schedules and endless distractions. It asks questions without speaking. Who are you? When nobody is watching, what remains? When achievement, status, and appearance disappear, would you enjoy spending an evening with the person you've become? These are uncomfortable questions, not because they are difficult, but because they are honest. Perhaps that is why we fill every empty moment. Not because we love noise, but because noise protects us from the conversation waiting in silence. Imagine meeting a stranger. You spend hours talking, days together, weeks. Eventually, you begin to understand who they really are. Now imagine spending that same amount of time with yourself. Not your public self, not the version everyone else knows, the person who exists when nobody is around. Would that person feel familiar, or would they feel like a complete stranger? Maybe the greatest relationship we ever build is not with another human being. Maybe it is with ourselves, and perhaps that relationship cannot begin until we stop running from silence. Because silence was never your enemy, it was simply waiting for you to finally listen. Maybe being alone isn't the absence of company. Maybe it's the beginning of understanding. And perhaps the real question was never, why am I afraid of being alone? Perhaps it has always been, what am I afraid of discovering when I finally am? That question belongs only to you.